Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello and welcome to the Red Lasered Water Guy TV show, radio show, podcast, all of the above. This is Joe Blanton, and I'm your Red Lasered guy. I've been working with the Red Laser for about 15 years, been on the journey of health for over 50 years, or right at 50 years, since I healed my body of asthma, hay fever, sinuses, and all my allergies holistically. So what that means is I quit listening to doctors and started, finding my own way to listen to my own body and help my own body heal itself naturally. And that's what we're all about here, is naturally. Again, my saying is I want to be here. I'm here to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. And the body will do that when we give it the right frequencies and get out of its way. Now, that frequencies could come from healthier food. Frequencies could come from stopping unhealthy food, because everything you think, say, do, smell, eat, taste, all of that either raises your vibration, helps your body heal itself, or it goes the other way. It lowers the vibration and takes your body, it robs the energy from your body. There's no options there. It's the same every time. So that's how simple it is. We're all at choice as to how healthy we are. And only the health people want to admit that. What can I say? All right. So anyway, I've been on a path a long time, and I came across these frequencies using the lasers and the pendants and a frequency disc and lotions that are all programmed with what we call human blueprint frequencies about 15 years ago. So I've been living in this energy for 15 years. I'm still out climbing mountains, rock climbing, snow skiing, the bumps, the moguls, kayaking Colorado River. Last year in April, I did 11 days down through the Grand Canyon, whitewater rafting. And, so I'm checking a lot of stuff off my bucket list. I've checked off more than most people ever put on because I'm healthy. When we've got our health, life's a lot of fun. We can play and have a lot of fun. And I've watched too many people like my mom, the last 10, 11, 12 years, not have any fun at all, just kind of existing and, in and out of pain, mostly in pain. And so that's what I'm all about is helping people like yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. And all we got to do is clean it up and with detoxing, and then that'll raise your vibration and it by itself, and then start understanding how water affects us, how sea salt affects us, how the frequencies, the information in the laser, the beams of the sun, the red and infrared rays of the sun, how that information helps heal our body, and how we've mirrored that or we've replicated that to where you can drink water just like nature makes it. You can, gaze into the sun at midnight, okay, with the lasers and things. So what we're going to talk about now is, being prepared, prevention, and then what happens, if you do have an emergency, how we work there also. So it's all about understanding, the process of how the body heals itself. So let's go ahead and bring up the slides here and we'll get started on the show here. All right. So again, I'm here to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally, and just using these self-care tools for self-healing. It's self-healing or no healing, all right? And so you can get a hold of me. Joe S. Blanton is what I use, the S out on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, so I can personalize the site. But one of the best ways is my phone number, 469-766-5511. Call me or text me. If you get a voicemail, please leave a voicemail, because if you text me when I'm out climbing mountains and I'm out of cell signal, it will not save that text. So just get a hold of me and we'll help you help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. So the 5 important things for wellness, okay, number 1 is air and oxygen. It's number 1, but it's one of the top 3 that won't work without the other 2 in the top 3. It's kind of like energy, energy, frequency, and vibration. They're all, it all means the same thing. Well, air, oxygen is what we need first and most because that's what we can live on without the shortest amount of time. But air won't flow without water. Okay, water is the most critical thing in our body because every function in our body requires water and oxygen. Okay, and these 2 won't work without unprocessed sea salt. And it's hard to believe that salt is the 3rd most critical thing in our body. The trace elements in unprocessed sea salt, not table salt. Table salt's only got 2 elements in it. It's been heated over 1200 degrees. It's got aluminum added into it as a non-caking agent. They wouldn't want it to, get in clumps or anything. And so these 3, it takes all 3 of them for the body to function. Water won't, stay in your blood without the sea salt. Trace minerals and sea salt are what the body uses to communicate from cell to cell electrically with the DC current that's used, to communicate. And so that's the criticalness of these 3 right here. And sunshine has information in it. The information in the red and the infrared rays of the sun is what also programs the body and brings in the electrical charge through the photons and things that are being released and activating the mitochondria, etc. So sunshine is the 4th most critical thing. And then nutrition, having nutrition, food that actually has nutrition in it that the body can assimilate and take into the cells to help build a body. And if you really start to look into nutrition, you'll find most of the foods out there do not have that element to it. Most of them, if it's got carbs in it, carbs are going to turn to sugar. Sugar's feeding, and really taking the body acidic and lowering the vibration tremendously. Okay, and we don't have time to get into all that. All right, but those are the 5 top things. Okay, and so air is an average. The air around us at sea level has an average of 20.9% oxygen. Okay, and about 78% nitrogen. Humans begin to suffer adverse effects when oxygen levels of the air they're breathing drops below 19.5%. We need all the trees, okay? We need the green, we need all the vegetation. That's what converts a lot of the carbon dioxides and the other gases back to oxygen so that we can breathe the oxygen. And that's, why when you're climbing mountains, like I'm looking at a mountain in Mexico, it's 18,600 feet. So there we have to stage 2 or 3 times to let our lungs and our body adjust to lesser oxygen as we go up in altitude. So take slow, deep diaphragmatic breaths. Most people in our society breathe in the upper chest, and the toxins are removed from and the oxygen added to the blood in the bottom of our lungs. And so we want to take deep diaphragmatic breaths. And that's going to help oxygenate the blood and pull more toxins out of the blood. Most people breathing shallow have stagnant air in the lower part of their lungs. And if you're under a lot of stress, then you breathe in shallower, more shallow. If you, when you get scared, a lot of times you stop breathing altogether. It's that fight or flight thing. And so breathing is something, it's very healthy to start paying attention to. It's that being prepared. If you practice deep breathing, you're prepared for whatever happens. You can get back into, even if you do stop breathing for the fight or flight, when you come back into your consciousness, you can breathe deeper. And so breathing deep diaphragmatic breaths is very important. And like if you take a deep breath and your shoulders raise up, go higher, then you're breathing shallow. If you want your stomach to, your diaphragm to push out when you're breathing deep. So you want to stand and sit up straight. The more you slouch, the more you bend your spine, the unhealthier you're going to be quicker. Okay, because again, you're shortening your ability to breathe deep, and several other things happen when your spine is slouched. So sitting and standing straight. Go out inside and walk around. That's one of the best exercises you can get. Walking is one of the few things that's going to activate your lymphatic system fully. It's going to, the muscles in your legs and stuff help with circulation, the diaphragm, and the lymphatic system movement, and just helps your body overall. And if you're in the sunshine, that helps even more. So drink an ounce of water per pound of body weight, or ounce of water for, that's a half ounce of water per pound of body weight. So I need to fix that one. Okay, so half your body weight in ounces is what you're going to drink. Okay, and that'll help give you an attempt to get your body hydrated if you do that every day. So being hydrated is not something you can do once a week. It's got to be done every day through the day. And if you've got bottled water and tap water, that's a incoherent water. It's destructured because it's been filtered. It's been in pipes and stuff like that. So it's a destructured water, and it's got large molecular clusters, and the body has trouble digesting that. So if you want to really understand water, here's a great book. It's Your Body's Many Cries for Water, Dr. Batman Galdage. His tagline is, "You're not sick, you're thirsty. Don't treat thirst with drugs." Because that's what's happening right now. The majority of our society is chronically dehydrated, and they're treating the symptoms of that with drugs, which makes them more chronically dehydrated and takes their body vibrating lower and lower. Every time you take drugs, even a Tylenol, it's lowering your vibration, and it's very unhealthy. Just leave it there, right? So don't treat thirst with medication. And your health is determined by the water and the unprocessed sea salt that you eat and drink. So what is the difference between hydration and dehydration? Hydration is adding back the water that the body has lost in order to keep it functioning properly. Every function in your body requires water, every movement. Okay, and even when you exhale, and when we exhale out probably a half a quart of water, third to half a quart of water a day, just exhaling. And if you're in an activity where you're playing racquetball or something like that, you're exhaling out a lot more than that. If you go on a long walk, you're going to exhale more. So you've got to add that water back in. You actually need to have a reservoir of water in reserve in your body, but most people don't have that. They're not even fully hydrated. So dehydration means there's not enough water in the body for the body to function properly. And that's, again, most people's first problem, most people's first sign of symptoms is due to dehydration, not having the water for that to function readily. If you have lower back pain, it starts out from being dehydrated. It's just really that simple. Okay, and this is what it looks like to be hydrated versus dehydrated. Okay, look on the left here. You've got a reservoir here that's 2/3 empty, and so it's dirt all the way around it. No life. The trees and stuff are not green and flush. And on the right, you've got a reservoir that's only it's like 80, 85, 90% full, and everything's alive. Same thing here. This one really shows it. Our body has a need for water for every function. So you can see that on the top one here, there's a creek there, a little stream going down through, but the bushes on the sides, they may still be alive, but there's no green vegetation on them. They're slowly dying. That's what's happening to the muscles and the tissues and everything in your body, your eyes. Because if there's not enough water there for it to function, the body has its own hydration system. It's got its own drought system. It starts cutting off water to different functions when it doesn't have enough to take care of all the functions. And so at the bottom, that's what your body should look like. Nice and green, full of water, plenty of excess water for use. Everything's thriving. That's what you want when you're hydrated, okay? So when you starve it for water, your cells start dying. It's just that simple. And when your body's hydrated, everything thrives. You feel a whole lot better. You get better balance. You can hear better. Your eyes are 98% water, so you can see better. Vision, first sign of vision going down is from dehydration. So what dehydrates the body? Okay, caffeine drinks dehydrate the body. Just because there's water in it doesn't mean it will hydrate your body. Coffee, tea, alcohol manufactured, anything in a can or a bottle that's got anything that, any kind of alcohol or tea or coffee, and a lot of those long words that you can't even mention, dehydrate your body. They're a diuretic. They cause the body to get rid of the water that they're dissolved in, plus some more from the body's reserves. And if you don't have any reserves, you get more pain. It's just that simple. And arthritis, dehydration. You can't get, there's not enough water to get the toxins away from the joints. And so it starts building up. It's insane, but that's what happens. Caffeine drinks are the background to all health problems, and its counterparts is aspartame and other artificial sweeteners. And that's a whole different story on its own there. But stay away from artificial, even sugar. Sugar's a toxin. It's very hard on the body, feeds cancer and all sorts of stuff. But everything is everything is energy. Okay. So if you want to find the secrets of the universe, you think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Well, if you want to find the secrets to your own health, you got to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Think in terms of air, water, and salt. Those are all three, again, that's going to determine your health and wellness. Now, the body is an amazing instrument, okay? We're not our body, we have a body, okay? And our body is so good at robbing Peter to pay Paul, okay? By the time you have your first symptom of pain or something going wrong, about 80% of the damage is already done, because the body just can't rob Peter anymore to pay Paul. That's when you start getting symptoms. So it's like if you slip a disc, I know a guy that all of a sudden made a wrong move and his disc slipped, and he's had back pain ever since. Well, that disc didn't happen that moment. It's been sliding over for months and years based on his lifestyle and all of the above. And then that one moment when he turned, it couldn't stay there any longer, so it slipped, and he thought it all happened at one time. It's been coming on for forever. Okay, so it's progressive. The body can only rob Peter to pay Paul so long, and then Paul gets upset and starts hurting. All right, so your health is determined by the invisible frequency you're vibrating. It's really that simple. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. And so the quality of your life is determined by the quality and the quantity of your water, no exceptions. So filtered water, the water filtration process destructures the water molecules in the process. H2O, and I've been taught my whole life, water's H2O, which it is in our system, because it's going through pipes, it's going through pumps, it's being stored in different places. It's got all sorts of stuff it's exposed to in the water, and the process it goes through, but it's not exposed to nature. Okay, so it is H2O, but our body's not meant to drink H2O water. It's destructured water. When the water is no longer structured the way it was intended by nature, the health of your cells suffer, because there's so much surface tension on the surface of the water. It can't get into the cell and carry the nutrition in and the toxins back out. So specifically, the protein molecules within your cells don't work the right way. This can negatively impact muscular and tissue functioning, because again, it's destructured water that's trying to hydrate our body. Your body is over 70% water, but molecularly you are 99.92% water molecules. Now think about that. That's a pretty big number, okay? Is water important? Coke is not water, coffee is not water, tea is not water. Only water is water. And so the more proactive you can be about drinking water, that will help your body understand, and you'll be less addicted to the other things that you're drinking, if you are drinking it that way. All right, your blood's 94% water, your brain's 78% water, your eyes are 98% water, but molecularly, you are 99.92% water molecules. And that's a huge, huge awareness for me. So again, that's one of the things I did when I made my lifestyle shift 50 years ago to get rid of asthma, hay fever, sinuses, and all my allergies, was I started drinking more water and less teas and coffees and stuff like that. And that changed, changed my diet. It was a lifestyle change, and I did a lot of detoxing to get the toxins out of my body. Because if you have an allergy, when that allergy flares up, what it means is you took in some of the toxins and your body's already overloaded with those toxins. It's maxed out. It can't have any more, can't handle any more. So it throws up, so to speak, to try and get rid of those toxins. And that's when your nose starts running, and let it run. You know, we're taught in our society to go get something to stop it from running. Well, you want it to run because you want to get those toxins out of your body. It's just really that simple. But there's some great detoxing ability out there. We've got some detoxing powders that are second to none because they're energized as well as natural. So we've added additional frequencies. So water is vital to your health, well-being, and your mood. If you have mood swings, take a big drink of water. If you have a headache, first thing you want to do is take a big glass of water, and it'll help the body help itself heal itself more naturally. So it aids in digestion. Water aids in digestion, reduces free radicals, improves energy, reduces joint pain, and even improves oral health. Water is the key to health and wellness. Assimilatable water, H3O2 water, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. Most of the water we use and drink, especially tap and bottled water, has very high surface tension and is not easily absorbed into the cells. It is energetically contaminated with over 110 pollutants and nanoparticles, and that's a very low number there. Today, there's like 200, 250 that are found in like Houston and stuff like that. When they did a test down there, it seemed like it was 250 some, and it includes a lot of birth control pills. There were, people throwing medicines down the drain. So it all goes into the water, comes back up, into the water table where we end up recycling it. So tap, bottle, and bulk municipal water have very high surface tensions and simply do not absorb into the body and plants easily. Even the plants are having trouble because plants want H3O2 water also. That's what we're designed for. So this is kind of what it looks like. On the left, on the top, you have high surface tension water molecules and trying to get into the cell. And the cell, they're bouncing off cell because the surface tension is so strong that the molecule is not flexible. All right. And then at the bottom, you've got low surface tension. And the low surface tension, you can see the water is bringing nutrition into the cell, and then it's bringing toxins back out of the cell. So that's kind of a picture of what we're looking at here. On the top, the water molecules are bouncing off the cell, the majority of them, because they're having trouble getting through the cell membrane. So, okay, while filter and treatment remove the physical substance of contaminants, they do not remove the nanoparticles, the energetic frequencies, which is the memory of everywhere the water's been, of these contaminants. Dr. Iamoto, if you haven't studied his work or looked at his pictures, he got some amazing pictures showing the memory of water based on the words that were spoken into the water, where the water came from, all the different elements it was exposed to. So it's pretty fascinating. And water is the most programmable thing on the planet. So, bless your water, bless your food. It does make a difference. To prevent the negative effects of these frequencies on people, plants, and animals, water molecules must be both physically restructured and energetically reprogrammed by something more powerful than a filter. Anytime you filter water, you destructure it. It breaks it down. It takes the water back to H2O. Even if it was started as H2O, it stays at H2O because it's destructured at that point. So structured, microclustered, and ionized water. Structuring, microclustering, and negative ionizing water converts the charge of the water molecules, the result is the water is split into less molecular clusters. What that means is tap water, the clusters are like 12 and 16 molecules in a cluster, and that's why they can't get into the cell as easily. So when you structure water, microcluster it, ionize it, negative ions, it converts it into structured water, which is maybe 2 to 3, maybe 4 molecules in a cluster. So it's small enough to start hydrating the body through osmosis, like it's supposed to, instead of having to be digested to break it down. So the water can then be absorbed to deliver more oxygen, minerals, and nutrients into the body, as well as carry out the toxins. And that's its job. But every function in the body requires water. You can't blink your eyes. You can't have a thought. You can't move muscle. You can't do any of that without the water, the function of water. Okay, it's pretty fascinating when you start studying it. So what is structured water? Structured water is also known as hexagonal water because it forms a hexagonal cluster. And this is what it looks like here. On the left, we have unstructured water. It's kind of a scattered mess there. It's unstructured, no structure to it at all. And you can see the pollutants in it also. But when you structure water, you don't see any pollutants anymore. And you've got nice structured water there in clusters that can hydrate the body through osmosis like it's supposed to, the way that nature intended. Okay. So on the left, we have H2O. That's the chemical formula for tap water, bottled water, and what we've been exposed to. And then on the right, the chemical formula is H3O2. So when you structure water through a structuring process, then it adds an extra hydrogen molecule and an extra oxygen molecule. It becomes smaller clusters, energized, more life force energy, and starts to hydrate the body like it needs to be hydrated. So this is our answer to that. Okay, structured, microclustered, ionized, and energized water programmed with human blueprint frequencies. So we've taken the structuring, the microclustering, and the ionizing, negative ionizing process and added more human blueprint frequencies and the life force energy that comes with those human blueprint frequencies. Human blueprint frequencies are the optimal wellness frequencies for muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, eyes, joints, etc. Everything has an optimal wellness frequency. And so that's what we add into the water. And then that's just pouring it through the hydrating ionizer here in the middle of the picture. It's got a clear plastic top on it. It can be used on top of plastic bottles and some of the glass bottles as a flip lid, where you just put it on the bottle, flip the lid up, and drink through it. That's going to give you structured, microclustered, ionized, energized, programmed water with human blueprint frequencies. Then I just take the plastic top off and I use the funnel and I pour my water through it into my stainless steel water bottle. Then I laser it with the red laser, the green laser, the violet laser, all in a bundle with we have an ionizing pointer also. I laser it with those four and have our gold disc, which is an energetic amplifier. Then I laser the water. And so when I do expos or meet with somebody, I like to have them take a taste of their water for taste and texture, pour it through the hydrating ionizer with the funnel into a glass, and have them drink it again. And 99.9% of the time, people can taste a dramatic difference, even with Kangen water and stuff like that. And so Kangen water is microclustered, but it's not structured. And so, and then I laser it with the red laser and the gold disc. No, I'm not using the other two at that point. And they can taste the difference again because the red laser, we've documented scientifically, it adds another approximately 30% life force energy into the water and another 5,500 human blueprint frequencies when you've got the gold disc wrapped around it. So that's the kind of water I drink because I'm proactive in my health. I don't want to have to recover from anything. Okay. So staying healthy, every time I laser my body, I increase and stabilize, strengthen my immune system. Every time I drink structured microcluster water, I'm strengthening my immune system. Immune system is the key to staying healthy. So our red laser replicates sunshine. It's got the red and infrared rays of sunshine that's energizing the water. Every photon in the red laser beam energetically gives up an electron into the water and into the water in our blood when we're lasering our body. And that's what we need. We need free electrons and we need a reserve of water in our body. So this helps with both of those. The hydrating ionizer, the green ionizer that you pour your water through, replicates a Rocky Mountain stream. It's vortexing the water in, it's vortexing the water back out, and the vortexing coil is programmed with human blueprint frequencies. And so it's all documented. We've got all the science. If you want to see that also, just give me a call and we'll get you that science. So benefits of ionized water. H3O2 is not just for the health conscious, it is also a ubiquitous byproduct of living plants and fruits that can be found in nature. A lot of fruits and stuff that you can eat already have H3O2 water in them, is what it's saying. In fact, it's said that structured water has the capacity to store and release energy in a more efficient way than unstructured water because of that clustering, that hexagonal structure. So again, it's sacred geometry is the structure. The hexagon has its own frequencies that are beneficial to the human body. So because H3O2 may enhance nutrient absorption and boost metabolism in adding to remove metabolic waste, it's a great alternative to drinking bottled water. That's a understatement. Okay, so benefits of structured water, microcluster water. We got some more here. In structured form, water has a lower surface tension. Remember, we spoke about that earlier. So it's able to get into the cell, carrying nutrient with it, and get back out of the cell, taking toxins back out into the cell. And then if you're hydrated, there's plenty of water to get the toxins away from the cell and out through exhaling through the lungs, or some other way out through the skin. We exhale, we detox through the skin also. This causes it to attract more nutrients because of the energy of the structured water. It attracts more nutrients to it, but also it carries more nutrients into your cell. On the flip side, it attracts toxins on the way out to cleanse your system. This type of water may help improve energy levels and mood swings. With improved nutrient intake, your immune system will work better in fighting off illness. You will also heal faster. Okay, hydrate with H3O2 to boost your brain power as well. So what are some of the benefits of drinking structured water? Well, the expert Dr. Pollack believes that structured water acts like a power source that can help us stay maximally hydrated because of the many roles of that water and hydration have in the body. Structured water is said to potentially benefit energy levels, digestion and regulation, enzymes that help with nutrient absorption, concentration, muscle contraction, positive moods, ability to sleep well, blood pressure and cholesterol levels, respiration, endurance, weight control, kidney and liver health, joint health. And this list could go on because every function of the body takes water. And the more efficient and more energized and the more structured and microclustered your water is, everything's going to benefit. It's just really that simple. And then when you add unprocessed sea salt in with about 75 essential iconic minerals that the body needs, not common table salt. It only has 2, sodium and chloride, and has aluminum added as a non-caking agent. It's also been heated to about 1200 degrees. So our body needs 1 to 2 teaspoons of unprocessed sea salt daily on your food, on your tongue, in your water. I make a gallon of water, structured water, and then I put half a teaspoon of unprocessed sea salt in the gallon. And then I laser it, okay? Then I add some trace minerals from Trace Minerals out in Utah, Salt Lake area. And so I keep my water mineralized because I start out with RO water. Then I vortex it through a intention disc. It clears all the cellular memory of where the water's been. Then I run it through the hydration vortex. Then I add the salt. and the minerals to it. And then I laser it every time I drink it. Every time I fill my bottle, I laser it for about 30 seconds with the red laser, green laser, violet laser, and the ionizing pointer. So anyhow, that's how I do it. And, again, on your food, on your tongue, you can take a drink of water, put a pinch on your tongue, let it dissolve, triggers a lot of the hormones and stuff, and then wash it down with water. So you'll learn to love your food even better when you learn to accept the salt. We've been taught low salt, low sodium, diets. It's created a ton of what I call doctor-created diseases, low-fat diets. There's so much of our body that's made of fat. Low cholesterol diets, your hormones are made of cholesterol. So those three low diets have created a lot of challenges in our bodies. Again, what I call doctor-created diseases. So I prefer Redmond's real salt from an underground mine in Utah. It's not been exposed to a lot of the pollutions in the air. It vibrates the highest of any we've tested, including the Himalayans, and it has fewer heavy metals than the Himalayans and the other salts. So that's the one I use. So energy. We must have sustainable energy to keep our bodies going and healthy. Unprocessed sea salt is the body's matrix system for transporting energy throughout the entire human organism. Again, that's the vehicle that communicates cell to cell, is the trace minerals in the unprocessed sea salt. You can eat, you can't even create a thought or move your body without the trace minerals and salt. And again, you have to have the water, you have to have the salt, and the air. The three of them have to be, and one won't work without the other. So healing. Salt plays a big part in self-healing by helping your body to digest your food and turn it into living tissues, as well as helping to transmit nerve impulses that contract your muscles. And again, it's vital for anything in the body. Balance. In order for your cells to function normally, a salt and water balance must be maintained. A salt is what creates the osmotic pressure that holds water in and out of the cell, in and out of the blood. And so you have to, you want that balance. You want to be hydrated and you want to have enough salt. Alkalinity. Salt and water are also necessary for making the sodium bicarbonate your body needs to alkalize your food, the food we eat, for maintaining the alkalinity of your blood and lymph fluid. Okay, your blood has to stay at 7.365 pH. If it gets lower than that, it hits your heart, and that's what happens to some of these runners. They're out there running worldwide, world known, and they're running, and then all of a sudden they just fall over dead. Well, what happened, my theory is, at that point, their body was so acidic from their diet and their actions and everything, that the body could no longer rob Peter to pay Paul, steal more calcium out of the bones and the teeth, etc., to keep the blood at 7.365. So the blood could have dropped down to 7.2, and that instant hits the heart, it stops the heart. And that's, kind of what's been going on a whole lot more in our country. That's not, in the media. So, okay, balance, alkalinity. Okay, a deficiency of salt is equal to a deficiency of energy. Without salt, there is no life. There was a time that salt was used as currency. That was like the dollar back in Egyptian times and stuff like there. Salt was used to trade as a means of currency to buy things. It was that important for living. Okay, human blood plasma bears salts of sodium, magnesium, potassium, and other electrolytes in a strikingly similar proportion to seawater. Navy surgeons during World War II used diluted seawater for emergency transfusion when blood plasma was not available. So that's, again, how critical we are, to have the salt in our body. Your cerebral spinal fluid is actually basically exactly like the ocean. All right. It's only one molecule different from seawater. Every single neural stem cell, the cells that will develop into neurons that create the entire central nervous system, comes in contact with this cerebral spinal fluid as it develops, and the cerebral spinal fluid informs it as to how to develop. So you see the value of salt in our body. Uh, the inner seawater not only patterns your whole central nervous system, but it also obeys your brain in neurochemicals and, more importantly, in electricity. So your brain, the sack of water that your brain is in is seawater. Your spinal fluid all of that's packed in and cushioned with seawater, one molecule away. So it's critical. And again, how do we stay hydrated? Okay. Uh, just because it has water in it doesn't mean it's going to hydrate your body. So the conscious thing to do is to get off of the caffeines and the teas and the alcohols and the manufactured, think of the Red Bulls and those kind of drinks, what it's doing to the body. It's a little scary. So ways to stay hydrated. But again, it ain't going to kill you today. And the body's, going to rob Peter to pay Paul, make you think you're still good. But it's taking life force energy off the end. It's wearing down your body. And in the end, it could be a lot of pain and not a lot of fun. So I'm all about living life to the fullest, right up to the end. And so ways to stay hydrated: drink enough water. Needless to say, about half your body weight in ounces, but it wants to be structured water, structured microclustered ionized water. Eat more fruits and vegetables. A lot of the fruits have, and some of the vegetables have structured water in them already. Balance electrolytes. Fruits and vegetables used to have a lot of electrolytes in them, but it's not in the soil anymore because of the petroleum fertilizers, and so we need to supplement. Consume raw sea salt. Helps balance your water and potassium levels. Exercise, increase circulation and more nutrition in your cells. Our body's meant to move, not to sit around. Okay, movement is one of the keys to staying healthy. Move your body every day. Go out and take a walk, even if it's only around the block. And then stare into the sun, get some sunshine, take some deep breaths. But exercise is necessary. It's not about marathon exercising. It's about just walking around and staying healthy. Go up and down some stairs every day and keep your body moving. Stretch it out. When I'm hydrated fully, I can get up in the morning, bend over and almost put my hands flat on the floor when I'm hydrated. When I'm not hydrated, and my back doesn't hurt at all. But when I get the least bit dehydrated, I can still touch my fingers to the floor, but my back is stiff. I can feel the difference. So I know exactly when I'm starting to not get enough, good water and salt and everything in my body. Avoid dehydrating beverages, sugary drinks, foods, alcohol, caffeine. You've always at choice there. Your mitochondria are the key to anti-aging, health, and longevity. Okay. Dr. Doug Wallace says, aging is simply too many dysfunctional mitochondria. Well, what causes dysfunctional mitochondria? There's hundreds to several thousand of mitochondria in each cell, depending on how much work that cell has to do. That's the power generators in our body. And there's free-floating mitochondria in our blood that they've proven now too, which makes a lot of sense in how we're able to add 30% life force energy into your blood in 30 seconds using the red laser and just about all of our products. But the mitochondria have to have easy water in order to function. Easy is exclusion zone water, which means it excludes protons, and it's all about electrons. Where do we get extra electrons? From sunshine? Yeah, okay, from the ground, being grounded, and sunshine. And the red and infrared laser replicates the sunshine. So about 80% of today's diseases are because of a bioenergetic deficit in the cells, just simply not enough energy for that cell to do its work. And the more energy you have in your cells, the healthier you're going to be and the longer you're going to live. So if you were to laser your body for 2 minutes even, 3 or 4 times a day, you would keep that added life force energy going in your body. And the body then has more life force energy, better microcirculation, more oxygen, and it can help your body heal itself. Traumatic. The body has to do the healing. The lasers, none of our products do anything except help the body raise its vibration to where it can heal itself naturally. So anti-aging with light therapy, optimize your light and your water. Sunlight therapy, sun gazing. I can be sun gazing at midnight with my red and infrared laser. And over 50% of the light from the sun is red and infrared light for a reason, because that's what our body needs to optimize our mitochondria. Sunlight, daybreak and dusk. Again, I can sun gaze at midnight. Exposing your skin to the sun stimulates the mitochondria to produce more EZ water, the exclusion zone water I talked about. And electron-rich water is what it is, which increases redox potential, redox potential is the net negative charge in the cell for that cell to do its work. So you want to really start focusing on taking care of your mitochondria in your body, and there's a bunch of it. So the red, green, and violet lasers help do that. Your mitochondria is the key to your health, wellness, longevity, and having fun. Aging is simply too many dysfunctional mitochondria, so we can help you help yourself there, but you have to do it. Nobody else can do it for you. It's just, really that simple. Too many sick cells because of mitochondria not having any or not producing enough energy to do its work is causing 80% of the problems in our society. The more energy you have, the longer you're going to live, the healthier you're going to live. So every photon, again, gives up energetically an electron into our body, and free electrons increasing the redox potential from free radicals, lowering inflammation in our system. So sun gazing at noon, we talked about that. Again, we're red and infrared. We use sacred geometry to add additional frequencies to our laser. So we're not the standard laser. We're the only one out there that it's a class 2 medical laser with a attended button for on and off. Typically your red laser is going to around about 635, 670, nanometers. We're actually 660 nanometers through 870. So we're red through infrared, a whole symphony of frequencies that are calibrated to the human blueprint frequencies in our body. And that's why it works so well, so quick. It goes through clothing. It relaxes and excites the mitochondria, producing 30% more life force energy in 30 seconds. It upregulates gene expression for building a healthier protein. And proteins are responsible for the function and the structure of your body. So the mitochondria are also involved in protein folding. So the mitochondria are the key to anti-aging, reverse aging, regenerating the body. It's like my eyes. I wore glasses for 52 years, used a red laser in my eyes, and I got the story on my YouTube channel. But anyhow, today I don't wear, after 52 years, I drive day and night now with no glasses because my body was able to regenerate itself with the higher frequencies and the mitochondria functioning as it's supposed to with better microcirculation and more oxygen. So it's really that simple. It increases the energy and toughens the immune system, regenerates damaged tissue structure by increasing cell activity and stimulating the body's natural healing process. Again, helping the body heal itself naturally. That's the key. All right, so we're also stimulating lymphatic drainage, detoxification, and weight loss. Getting the toxins out of the body is critical. And we've got an OM clay and an OM crystals. They're both programmed with additional frequencies. They're natural, they're toxic-free and edible. All of our products are toxic-free and edible. Our skin lotion, everything is toxic-free and edible. And toxic-free is what you're looking for. And so anyhow, we can help detox the body and get the toxins out to where, again, the body is relieved and can function more naturally in healing itself. So if you have any questions, just give me a call. Let me know how I can help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. Phone number is 469-766-5511. Drew a blank there. So It's 469-766-5511. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/@ the red laser guy, the ampersand and the red laser guy. And then let me know any questions. And we'll be here next week to help you help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. So take care and have fun. Bye for now.